say that the Mini is Britain's favourite car, and there's certainly a lot of them here today, and I think we're going to prove the point by trying to talk to a few of the owners. So let's see if we can find one now. And we've got a row of the older Minis here, the Mini Cooper register, and a lovely green one on the end. And we've got Peter Selby here, so we're going to interrupt his conversation, and we're going to talk to Peter. Hi, Peter.
Hi, Tim. Good morning.
Okay, we've got a lovely green Mini Cooper. Can you tell us a bit about your car?
Well, it's the best one here, of course.
Naturally.
My own car, bought it new in 1989. 30 years old now, 32 years old. Bring it out high days and holidays, track days occasionally. Absolutely delighted with it. Racing green, bought from Wadham Stringer in Guildford when they were there, and went to John Cooper's garage in September of '89, where they were developing the engine for the Rover Cooper that was going to come out in 1991, and they were selling a Cooper kit called the Cooper 30. They were celebrating 30 years of the World Championship Formula One. Mini was celebrating 30 years of production, and this car commemorates that. You can see here on the side signatures of the Cooper 30 anniversary model, and the engine has been tuned up, works very well, passed its most recent MOT yesterday.
Oh, that's excellent. So you've had this since new then?
I've had it since new.
And have you owned it all the time?
I bought the car in '89, moved the car away up north to Preston, and in 1995 I got a bit too busy at work to look after the Mini anymore, and I did move it on for a couple of years or so. I was in Preston then several years later, and I thought I'd just go and see if my car was still where I thought the car owner was, where he bought the car. And subsequently he wasn't there, the house was empty. As I walked away from the house, a chap said to me from across the road, "Can I help you?" He said, "I'm looking for the guy who used to have a Mini." He said, "Oh, that's Tom. He's married my daughter." My sister, I'm sorry, he said married my sister. And he said, "I'll get on the phone to him." He phoned him up. He said, "Oh, Peter, come and have a cup of tea. I'm only up the hill." So I moved up the road, got up the hill, met his wife, and had a cup of tea, and an hour later I bought the car back again. So it was in a fairly poor shape then.
So since then you've restored it a little bit?
Yes, we had to spend some time in the repair shop. Plenty of rust, plenty of holes, but now solid as a rock, and got another 30 years in it, I think.
Well, yeah, let's hope so. It certainly looks lovely, doesn't it?
It's a lovely car. I'm very pleased with it. Would you like to have a quick look at the engine? Cylinder head modified by Coopers, the twin carburetors, 1.25" SU carburetors. In '89 it was the first range of the Minis that came out with unleaded fuel, so we managed to do that right, and I still use the E5 petrol. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it still looks pretty good condition in there. And the interior's, well, it's original, is it, by the look of it?
The original. 50,000 miles now on the clock.
So it looks very neat and tidy in there. Lovely looking car, Peter. Thank you very much for showing us around.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, we're at the very top of the finishing straight now, and you can see down quite a few minis down there, quite a few up on the banking as well, just behind us here. And we've got a lovely little Mini Cooper S here with the owner waiting to speak to us. Hello there.
Hello there, yeah.
And what's your name?
My name's Dave Howes.
Hi Dave, you've got a lovely looking car here. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, sure. I've owned it 26 years. Took me 2 years to restore it, and it's an original 1071 Cooper S, 1964. So when I bought it, the guy that had it previously, he'd had it for 8 years, and he took his wife out for a driving lesson, and she ended up putting it in a hedge. So he was so upset that the wing was dented, he took it home, took it apart, and put it into apple crates and left it there for 26 years.
Really? So it's been abandoned for a long time.
So when I bought it, it's original trim, original engine, and it required front and rear valance, outer seals, and a battery box. So it is still very original A panels. A lot of the metalwork is still as it was. So yeah, it's good. And it's a fun car. It's tuned as well.
I bet it looked in a bit of a state when you first saw it then.
Well, not as bad as some of the things you've seen around here, I'm sure, because it had been garage. But yeah, I love it to bits and drive it a lot, as much as I can. So yeah, now that I'm retired, I can spend a bit more time. I want to go away camping a bit more with it. So yeah. It's great to come to an event like this that you hold anyway.
Yeah,
lots of things to see.
You get lots of ideas, I guess, as well.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, I mean the interior looks pretty immaculate, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit unusual because it's got several things. I've got original bill of sale, but this side is signed by John Cooper, which makes it rather unusual. And also the other side is signed by Paddy Hopker, who in 1964 won the Monte Carlo Rally.
Right, yeah, we had Paddy here a couple of weeks ago, giving a talk. Did you come?
No, I didn't actually. No, I didn't. But yeah, it all goes with the history of the car. So I'm very fortunate in owning a vehicle that is very original. Yeah, in 1965, and that's this 1616D. What is really unusual is that's the plate that's on it that you've seen, and my name's David. So.
Oh well, that was handy then, wasn't it? Yeah, that was useful.
Yeah.
It came from Tunbridge Wells originally.
That's where I come from. Yeah, it was a local car for me.
Lovely.
So yeah, but I mean,
what else we got in here?
We was paying £13.08 for the instalments, monthly instalments on it. That was a used car warranty. That was the original logbook, and it was their demonstrator car. Silverdale showrooms, and then he bought it with that reg. That was the 1968, the first MOT. And then this is very interesting. On the insurance, he was paying £52.10 for it in June 67 for the insurance.
Wow.
Which, considering it was £565, that's a lot of money, isn't it?
A lot of money.
Yeah.
10% of the car.
Yeah. So, but when I bought it,
we've got a condition picture. Oh, there we are.
With the engine out, and it was sort of stripped out. But then when I started taking it apart, as you can see, underneath, and it was that trim and the same steering wheel and rev counter that it's got now. And then when I took it apart, I then sent it off, and it was then shot blasted, and then back hot zinc sprayed. So it's all back, and then the rest of it is obviously starting to paint it and putting it all back together. But the engine was tuned by a guy in Ashford who's well known as the Mini Guru, and that's Bill Richards there. But you can see that's John Cooper, and it's signed.
Oh, he's
there.
in the picture there.
So that's my son, who's now 40, and he was then 14.
Wow. That's amazing. It's nice to have an archive of pictures and things to show the work that's gone into that.
The right stuff. Yeah, I'm not making it up.
No, it's proof you've done all that work yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah. Have a good day.
Okay, we're still in the same area. So many minis, and they're all really interesting. And we've got a few people having a picnic out the back of one of the cars here. Hello there, enjoying your picnic?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So all your cars, or just one person here can talk about it?
Well, just this one, yes. I've actually owned it. This is one of the earliest Cooper S's. It's the 85th off the production line. So it's a 1071 Cooper S, and there are only just over 4,000 of them built, and I've owned it since 1970. So,
goodness me, that is a long time. What year was this originally made?
So they only started the Cooper S in May 63, and this was built, I think, the 22nd of May 63. So, as I say, one of the earliest.
Yeah, a very, very early car, isn't it? And what's it been like for you in the time you've owned it?
Oh, brilliant fun. I mean, I've had to rebuild it a couple of times over the years because they all suffer from the dreaded rust and so on. But no, a lovely car. It's just in mild competition trim, so it's got 1.5 SUs and a half-race camshaft, but mainly just a fun car. It's been all the time.
Yeah, you obviously used it quite a bit over the years.
Yeah.
For just normal use, I guess, when you first got it.
When I first got it, yes, but now, yes, I have this and two other 1959 minis here, which I also take out. But now they're just more for special occasions. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. So when you bought this in 1970, how much did that cost you?
It cost me £90.
£90.
Yeah.
Worth a little bit more than that these days.
Just slightly, yes, yeah.
£90, can you believe it?
Yeah. Well,
that's not bad, is it?
No, I say it was 7 years old, and at the time it was very rusty, and it needed quite a bit of work on it, or even by then, yeah.
Yeah. So how many minis have you had then over the years?
I can't think. I had my first mini. Well, I had a minivan in '65. I've probably had 30 or something like that. I can't remember all of them, but this is this is the second one that I bought, because I started with a minivan and then I graduated to this one.
So this is the one that stayed with you all that time, and the others have sort of come and gone.
Yeah, but I say I have the other two others now. I say two 59 minis, which I've had for the last 30 odd years or so.
Absolutely brilliant. Would you ever get rid of them?
No, I wouldn't. I can't get rid of any of them now. I've done too much work on them.
Yeah, a little bit of work just to keep them going, I guess.
You do. Yeah. But I do everything. I do all the body work. I've done all the welding work, all the spraying, and even the engine rebuilding and so on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's certainly a fine-looking machine and nice original condition, really.
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
Love it. And what's your name, sir?
Malcolm Spears.
Malcolm, lovely.
That's the.
So again, this looks original, yeah.
Yeah.
So never been retrimmed.
Yes, actually I did, because believe it or not, the original owner had painted it, as people did. They painted the seats black, because that's what people did to make your car go faster. But the trouble is, you try to take off the black paint, and all the gold comes out of those. And I did try. I spent hours and hours, and eventually I just replaced the whole trim.
Right.
But not
I can't
with.
Imagine why you would paint them black, really.
No, people did. People did. Yeah, it was the go faster.
Yeah.
Thing in those days. Yeah.
That's old, isn't it?
But say the only things that I've done. But I've still got its original car. You can see it's got 1.5 SUs, and it's got a high lift camshaft in there, but you can't see that. So yeah, it's just mild. It's probably sort of 80 brake horse rather than the standard 70. Yeah.
Okay, it looks certainly looks good. And I do like to see things that are looking pretty original.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Well,
great.
That's what I've always tried to do. I mean, when I was younger, yes, I was much more into just go faster, but now I like to preserve it as it should have been.
Love it. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we moved away a little bit from where we were earlier, and we've got a car on a trailer. Doesn't look in the best condition, but we've got the owner of this car here, Stuart Flett. Hi there, Stuart.
Hello there.
You've got a Mini on a trailer, so let's go and have a look at this. Probably not one of the most immaculate Minis we've seen here today.
No, it's in a bit of a sad state. But
This is something you found in the garage?
yes, it actually belongs to a friend of mine. He's had it for 35 years in a shed and not done anything with it. Intended to do it up, but it never happened. But some work's been done. It's got new wings, which are already going rusty, unfortunately. New front panel. But it's still basically worthwhile because I'm told that they're now worth quite a bit of money done up. So it's still a worthwhile project.
They are. So this is what happens when a car sits for 35 years with nothing being done to it at all.
Absolutely, yeah. It can't be left, because in those days the rust proofing wasn't that good. So it's taken its hold, as you can see.
No, I mean, a lot of the owners we've talked to this morning, they had problems with the rust, and they've all been restored. And this is what happens when one hasn't been restored.
Yes, exactly. But the good part is that there's nothing that you can't get from them. Every panel is available, so it's still worth someone's while to do it up.
Obviously, it's a Mini pickup.
Yes.
Do you know any more on the history of this car?
Not really. I mean, it's coming towards the end of the run. It was made until 81, I think, and this is a 76.
Oh, right.
But it's as you can see, condition-wise, the body tub is actually quite good, which is a bonus because those panels are expensive. But the other panels you can buy quite easily. So I'm hoping that someone will take it on. But if not, I'll have to do it myself.
Yeah, it's quite a big project to do, isn't it?
It is, really, yes. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to spend a lot of time on this one.
Well, that's true. But as I've said, with Minis, it's worthwhile now.
Yeah.
Especially the pickups because they're quite rare. And the vans, there's plenty of saloon cars. But,
Well, that's right, the pickups are getting rarer, aren't they?
Yes, absolutely.
It's interesting to see them in this condition because it does show you where all the rot is and where,
That's right.
on the wings, the sills, the bottoms of the doors, underneath the window there.
Unfortunately, Heritage still don't do a complete body shell for them, I don't think.
Do they not?
So you have to buy the panels separately and do it yourself. But, it's not a complicated car at the end of the day.
No, have you had any interest this morning?
Yeah, lots of interest.
Yeah?
Yeah, lots, yeah. But,
So you're hopeful of a sale?
maybe. I'm not too worried one way or the other because I'm a metal worker by trade.
All right.
So I can actually do it myself. It's just like all of us, we tend to have too many projects at home, already.
Yeah, that's it. Well, this is many years to do this one, I would think, wouldn't it, really?
It's about a fortnight's work.
A fortnight's work, you think? Yeah, a bit of polyfiller and a bit of T-cut on there.
No. Purely new metal and all that.
All new panels put in, and that's what it needs.
Yeah, relatively simple job.
Well, hopefully it'll find a new home today.
Well, you never
And if
know.
it doesn't, hopefully you'll get it done yourself.
Exactly, one way or the other.
Great. Thank you very much for talking to us.
You're welcome.
Lovely. Thank you. We're up on the Brooklands banking again. Lots of the older classic Minis up here, and particularly lovely ones as well. Just saw a chap giving a bit of a polish to this beautiful car here, so I'm going to see if we can have a chat with him. Hello there, sir. Would you like to have a chat with us on Brooklands Members TV? You're the owner. I saw you with a duster on there just now. I think you've polished it to death probably, haven't you?
That's Jasmine. Jasmine's her name. Jasmine.
Jasmine. Can you tell us a bit about Jasmine?
It was restored by, got his name here somewhere, restored by Mr. Scott Turner. It's been off the road for 30 years, and I bought it 4 years ago, and very happy with it, very happy. Fiesta yellow, which is the unusual colour for the time of the year, fiesta yellow. But now,
Was that an original colour, or was that from a different?
It was the original colour, yes. Yeah, original colour, and it's all been redone, and it's like a new car, really. 1071 cc. So it's quite a rare bird.
And what year was this one?
63.
It's a
63,
63
yeah.
car, so pretty early.
Yes, yeah, quite
Cooper.
early. A very early Cooper. First of the S's, because you had the single tank at first, and then somebody added on another tank after 3 years later. So I've been told.
I can see that. Yeah.
So yeah. It's a good.
So is this your first Mini, or have you had
I've
Minis before?
I've got two other Minis, but had them in the 60s, and I always wanted an S and never could afford it. So now my dreams come true. So
you finally
Jasmine
got
is
one.
here. Jasmine is here to enjoy. She very rarely comes out, but if it's raining, there's no chance to go out. So yeah.
No, it certainly is immaculate. So do you enter this for concourse competitions?
No, I'll just come in just for the day and just see what happens. I'm not into clubs and that sort of thing, but
No.
you know,
So
it's,
you don't compete in it at
yeah,
all or anything
yeah.
like that? No.
no, she's
Could do, though. I think the car looks that good.
Yeah, thank you. As it left the factory, more or less. So yes, I'm very pleased. Very pleased.
Great. Lovely. Thank you very much.